Hey guys, so I'm picking up more stuff for the farm. You can see here there's like a really nice wicker sofa with 2 matching chairs for it, and then there's another wicker sofa right back here with another matching chair. These are 2 other chairs here, and this beautiful like hand carved bench. I'm super stoked about this, and a concrete table, like an outdoor lamp. So it's gonna be really, really pretty. I can't wait to get it back to the farm and set it all up. Yay! Okay guys, so I have really been trying to get on top of things, and it seems like things are getting on top of me. Trying to get ready to go for my treatment. My mother had to have an emergency surgery, so that kind of put me out of my schedule since Sunday night. So it's Wednesday now, and then tomorrow I'll be with her again. So I've got about 10 days until I leave, and so I've really got to get my butt in gear here. But I'm trying to dial in what's going on. I don't think I'm going to plant any more seeds until I come back. I know I'm probably going to miss part of the season as far as like it's going to get a little bit hotter, and that's going to make it a little bit more difficult. But it's okay. We've got a lot of peppers and a lot of tomatoes already started. If I have a chance, the only thing else I would start right now is more tomatoes and peppers. And everything else I'm gonna just sow directly into the ground when I come back. So hopefully you guys enjoy watching this craziness. My friend gave me a bunch of succulents for our garden, so those will go in the yard once we move back into the house. An avocado tree that needs to be saved there, and a bunch of clippings I took from Betty's house. Betty passed away recently. I told you guys about her in a video, and so I'm going to plant some of the cuttings from her yard in our yard and make a little Betty garden. So I'm exhausted. It's been a long morning. I'm gonna finish up our chores, and then I'll catch you guys up with the video on the inside. So I'm actually sitting here in one of our new patio sofas, and I'm so exhausted, but I'm hoping if I go inside and rest for a little bit that I can come back out before sunset and be productive and get some stuff done. I'd really like to just have a lot done today, because tomorrow is going to be another day taking care of mom. So I won't be able, I might have to just set up an irrigation day for Saturday, just go pick my supplies up, possibly Friday, because she's got her post-op tomorrow. So I don't think I'll be able to pick them up, and I may be able to run out there and get it all done really quick. But if not, I can achieve that on Friday. And I have a lot going on Friday, but as long as we have the supplies, I can get that irrigation done in like one day, one full day, if I have someone else do the feedings and I focus just solely on irrigation. So what I can do is I could draw out, because I'm gonna need new fittings, not for our irrigation for the field, but I'm actually going to use some of the irrigation hose, and I'm going to do some permanent lines like I have over to the horses, but I'm going to do like one to each animal and put a valve on each end, and that will help out tremendously with like watering. And if I don't do a valve on each end, I may just like figure out a way to run them into each watering container. It's so hard when you have this many animals, because they like to get their hose. If you leave a hose in, most of your cows and horses will chew on the hose. At least mine do. They love to. So I think I'll draw my diagram out today, so at least I know what fittings I need. It's kind of where you get into the more expensive part of irrigating is in your fittings. The hose, I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck. You get a really, I mean, I go to like wholesalers, and so I feel like for what I'm paying, I mean, like you go to Amazon or like Home Depot or Walmart or something, you're gonna pay so much for your irrigation. So I go to these kind of like wholesale places. It's not really wholesale. What it is it's just for like farmers. It's ag stores. They sell for people who are using a lot of stuff. And even the fittings are like, gosh, a fraction of the cost. So, yeah, it was so funny because I was like, I'll never be able to afford to irrigate because everything's so expensive. Well, I was pricing things out off of like Home Depot and Ace Hardware and Tractor Supply, and those are great if you have a small garden and you're just going to like need a few things. But you could even go to these bigger places too and like order or get your fittings from there and then get your hose at a smaller store. For me, I know that I'm always going to need drip tape and hose, so I don't mind buying it and storing it. I'm gonna get some rest, but I think while I'm in the rest, I'm gonna go ahead and get that diagram written up and make out a new list of my goals to achieve before I leave, and just enjoy what's left of today. It's so beautiful outside. Like, if I had a little umbrella, I would not even move. I would just lay right here and yeah, just enjoy the beauty of this California sun, get my vitamin D. So I'll be back, guys. Okay guys, so today's my mom's post-op appointment day, and I'm supposed to go pick up irrigation. You can hear them working in the house. I got a text message a little bit ago. Josh's refinery is half of it is up in flames. So I always find it really funny when we try to like plan out things and we think like, oh, we have this schedule and this is all anything could happen. So we won't know like any of the extent or anything till after the fire department clears everything and they get a report back and know like the status of the building, like is there structural damage. Definitely like that whole side of the belt and the equipment is going to need some major repairs, if not replacing. And Josh works on the raw sugar side of things, so he takes the sugar in from the barge and gets it into the silos, but that's the main belt that like carries it to the other side of the refinery where the sugar gets refined. And so so it looks like he'll at least have work for until the 2 silos are filled. From what he said, like it's too expensive for them to keep the ships there because the raw sugar comes in on ships. And so at least we know that his side of the plant will work until the silos are filled. How long will that take? I don't know what they'll be cleared for, etc., etc. But my first thing that comes to mind is more than likely we're gonna have to put treatment on the back burner momentarily if he's out of work. And maybe we won't, but that's my thought right now. I always like to prepare myself so I don't have like any disappointment or depression or like letdown. I never try to stay like too grounded in like one area. Makes you more flexible for things that happen. This past year, 2 years, has been like a whole like array of things that you never thought could happen that happen. And so we'll see. But I figured I would just make this video really quick while I had kind of like my raw emotions and thoughts about it. And my main thought is that, okay, well, we have this bit of savings right now that's for my treatment, but it also could be our financial buffer for downtime when work's not up and running. And there is a treatment facility that's near me, about an hour away, where I wouldn't be able to have my transplant, but I could receive the other treatments that I get to kind of keep my body ready for transplant when I am able to go. So that's my game plan. It's like, okay, if we can't do this, then at least we have options. There's always options. And the main thing is just to stay positive. And like my mom said, like, we live in a state where we have unemployment, so that's great. Like, at least, you know, he would be able to get unemployment while he's laid off. And no, it's not the financial, like, income that we're used to. Our family really does depend on overtime pay. That's pretty much, like, we live on that, and we just got a new vehicle. So yeah, there's all those thoughts that just come to mind of, like, okay, how do we just keep, you know, because you could be here and then all of a sudden it's like, when your mind and finances and everything can just take you to, like, a plummet. But instead, I just like to think, okay, like, if we could just float right here, you know, and just spread out the cost of everything, then that's what we're gonna do. So happy Thursday, guys. So we're gonna we're running late. We were supposed to have our chores done when I got the message. It just kind of, like, paralyzes you for a minute. Not, like, literally paralyzes you, but you just get into this moment where you're, like, thinking of things and trying, like, number one, making sure that everyone's okay. And I knew that pretty quickly, that everyone's evacuated and okay. But then it's like, now our family needs to be okay. So I've got my bearings. I'm gonna just get the chores done, head over, pick up irrigation, and go get my mom, take her to her appointment, and then go about our day as we normally would.